What's up guys, Corey coming to you live from the TacToys HQ. In this video we're going to go over a quick how-to on putting together the Scar V2. So when you first look in the box, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the blaster itself, a sight, a growing bottle, a goodies bag underneath the product tray, your buttstock, your barrel extension, your magazine, your foregrip, and safety glasses. The first thing you want to do when you get your Scar is underneath the tray, grab out your little goodies bag. Inside the goodies bag, you're going to be able to see your battery and your charger. There's going to be a mag pull for the bottom of your magazine, your muzzle, also the bolt to hold in your buttstock onto the back of the blaster itself, and your priming lever. Firstly, what we're going to do is just grab out the body of the Scar. Identifying a few things first off, right here at the rear is where the battery connects. So this is your wire directly to the blaster. Right here is where you connect the battery. Second thing to do is grab your buttstock, and you'll see there's a small hole at the front of the buttstock right there. That's where you're feeding through the wire. So just grab the wire at the rear of the blaster and feed that through the hole at the front of the buttstock. So once you've done that, this is what it'll look like. And you're gonna see on the right hand side of the blaster, this is where the pin goes. So there's 3 parts that the pin goes through on the body of the blaster. They're black, and then there's 2 on the buttstock. Obviously they all need to align, and then you need to push through the pin from the top down. To do this, you may actually need to lift the top of the buttstock up, just like that. That's actually where the battery goes, but also opening it up is going to give us more access to the top of where the bolts go. Obviously, before going any further, make sure that you grab out the bolt and the screw. The next step is very easy, of course. Just pivot it on the side, the buttstock, just pivot it up a little bit, just to make sure that all of the holes align correctly. Where the screwdriver hole is at the top, that's where you want to have facing the top, of course. So when you line it up, what I want you to do is line it up in the hole and push it all the way through. So at the start, you're going to have it kind of sitting like this. It's going to take a little bit of force, but you just push it all the way down, as far down as possible, and you'll see right there, make sure that none of the wires are getting caught in between here, of course, so make sure that they're pushed through correctly, and then you're able to just lock it shut. Now don't forget, with the little nut here, you want to tighten it at the bottom. This is going to make sure that it doesn't fall off when you're playing in your game. So once you have the buttstock on, you've basically completed the hardest part of the entire build. You've already discovered where the battery goes, so what we can do straight away is plug in the battery. Once you've charged it for about an hour or 2, when you open the blaster, just simply grab your battery, put it in the back here. It's going to sit like this, and then you're plugging in the black to black. Remember, black to black for the blaster and white to white for the charger. You see on the end of your USB charger that there's a little white end on it. This end is the USB, this is the white end. Obviously on your battery, you also have a white and a black. White to white for charger, black to black for the blaster. So once you have your battery in and connected, tuck in all of the wires, shut the top, and you're good to go. The next thing we're going to do is grab this little piece out of your goodie bag. What this does is it enables you to be able to prime your blaster. So when the magazine is in, what priming is basically preloading the gel balls in the bottom of the magazine. Really just getting them ready for when you're going to shoot the blaster. So the way we do that is just grabbing this one, and you're going to see just up here on the right hand side of the blaster, it looks like it has 2 little wings on each side. They're going to align with the hole just here on the side of the blaster. So all you do is push it in and twist it clockwise just to lock it in place. Once that's there, you'll be able to pull it back like this, and it shouldn't move, shouldn't come off. Once you've twisted clockwise right, about 90 degrees, that's going to lock it in place, and then you're good to go. Next up is a small little muzzle piece just in your goodie bag. All we do is just push that on the end, and it's done. In the product tray, you're going to see your magazine, and in your goodie bag, you're going to see these 2 items. These actually go on the bottom of the magazine if you want to. They're non-essentials, they don't do too much. This goes on the bottom of your magazine, so when you pull it out, you've got a little finger tab so that you can pull it out easier. This one, we don't really use. However, I just put the magazine in just like that, and she's good. Next up, we'll put on the foregrip, also a bipod. The way to make the bipod pop out is there's a little button on the back side of the bipod right here. All you have to do is push that one time, and the bipod legs actually pop out. To put the bipod legs back in, you squeeze them together, push up, and you give it a bit of a hit, and then you're good. So fitting the bipod onto the blaster itself, there's a little bolt and nut on the side here. You do want to loosen this one. Make sure when you're loosening it that you don't loosen it too far, that the bolt actually comes out. If it comes out, it's going to be very difficult to put onto the blaster. Obviously the bipod, you're going to want to put it at the front of your blaster on this Picatinny railing at the bottom here. So make sure the button is towards the magazine, not facing forward towards the end of the blaster. So when you've got it ready, all we're going to do is actually just slide it on the front of the blaster and put it to the point where you think is comfortable for yourself. I'm gonna leave it about here, so once I've got it to that point, all you do is just tighten the screw and bolt and you're good. This is what it looks like, nice and sturdy, and when you want to use the bipod, just push the button and you're good. Now just with the sight, it is a little bit of a different one. It's actually quite hard if you wanted to adjust it using the bottom Picatinny railing. So the easiest way to do it straight out of the box, it is a little bit rough, but it's more so just push it on and push it down and it'll click into place and it stays pretty damn solid. Just remember, when you're putting it on, you want to make sure that the big end, this end, is facing this way towards the end of the barrel, and also your laser. That's a good way to tell. The button of the laser, of course, should be towards you, and where the laser points should be towards the end of the barrel. To make the laser work, all you've got is the little white tab just here, so pull that one out and you'll be able to see just on the wall behind me that the laser right there is working. Just note, the sight is fairly cosmetic, so of course it's not going to be like the real ones. It does have a little bit of zoom in it as well, but you can't adjust it. What you're going to see underneath your product tray is actually this little item here. It's actually a barrel extender. It's nothing too fancy. Most of the time we personally don't use it, but if you did want to put it on, just at the end of the blaster here, there's a few little grooves that you're going to have to align with the ones inside the barrel extender right here. So all you do is align them, push them on, and then twist, and on the end of here, of course, is where your muzzle goes. So you again just push that one on, and that's what it looks like. If you like that design, then you can definitely go with that one. And finally, you're going to see a few other things inside your product tray. So you're going to have these gel balls and this growing bottle, and also your safety glasses. Of course, 120% you guys need to wear your safety glasses, even if you're just playing with it and not versing anybody else. Of course, also watch our safety videos to know everything you need to know about functioning a gel blaster the safest way. These gel balls, they're not the best in the world. Generally, we would always recommend using the milky white gel balls that we sell here at TacToys, or your glow-in-the-dark gel balls. It's entirely up to you. And this is meant to be your growing bottle or your holding bottle. Generally, it's just too small. You go through this pretty damn quickly, so we'd recommend also getting you a speed loader and one of our growing bottles that you can get in store as well. So just wrapping up this video, a few little key functions you're going to be able to see on the left hand side of the blaster. You've got your safe. Semi, of course, is non-functioning in the SCAR, and also full auto. So safe and full auto are the same thing, but your safe is functioning. Your prime, as I said earlier, is just on this side. There is a little door right here. That generally does nothing, just cosmetic again, so you don't need to worry about it. Your magazine release is just above your trigger, so if you push this one right here, the magazine is going to drop out. Remember, when you're filling up the magazine, you never fill it through the top hole right there. You always fill it through the side door. So grab your speed loader, tip it in there. You want to make sure there's no water in the speed loader. Make sure you've drained all of the water completely. Tip it in there, fill it all the way up every single time. Shut the door, put it in the blaster, and then prime the magazine, holding this back for about 5 to 10 seconds, then you should be good to go. If you have any issues, of course, reach out to our support. They're on email. You can call us on our 1300 number, live chat even, Facebook, Instagram. No matter where you want to reach out, we're going to be there, guys. If you have any more questions, again, just reach out. This is Corey from TacToys. Happy blasting.